The alleged hitman accused of gunning down Eddie Lyons Jr. and Ross Monaghan is a career gangster linked to the most prestigious gangs in Merseyside. 45-year-old Michael Riley has spent time in jail for his role in a mob steeped in drug deals, dirty money and gun-running rackets. And sources say his time behind bars brought him into contact with Daniel mob allies, suspected to have ordered the double murders of the Lyons gang members. An insider said Riley spent time in jail with a Scots criminal who was serving a sentence in England and who has known links to the Daniel mob. Riley isn't that well known up here, but he's been involved in all sorts over the years. It's brought him into contact with hoods from all across the UK, including Scotland and Spain. He's done time for some serious offences, but never been charged with murder before, never mind the double assassination of two of Scotland's most powerful gangsters. Details of Riley's disturbing criminal past emerged as he sits in a Spanish jail awaiting trial over the 31st of May killings in Fuengirola amid a bitter gang war. He was 27 when he was locked up in 2008 with a crew working for an underworld mastermind behind one of Merseyside's biggest ever drugs rings. Feared mob boss David Hibbs Turner was at the top of the pyramid and was sent down for a minimum of 37 years after ordering the assassination of rival Liverpool mobster Michael "Mikey" Wright. Riley was among the Kingpin's 13-strong gang who was sent down for a total of 170 years for running a multi-million-pound international cocaine and heroin racket. Hibbs Turner's mob had links to Spain, Amsterdam, Ireland and Scotland as he worked with South American cartels to ship tons of narcotics into the UK. Riley was jailed for 10 years after he and 12 others admitted conspiracy to supply Class A and Class B drugs during a hearing at Liverpool Magistrates Court. The court heard Riley, then of Bianca Street in Bootle, travelled to Holland at least 6 times in 2006, carrying dirty cash out to Hibbs Turner. The scale of the operation he was involved in was described by police at the time as massive, and the discovery of drugs worth £4 million was said to be only the tip of the iceberg. A mugshot of Riley was released by Merseyside police after his conviction, as well as images of drugs found at a home in the city's Walton area. The white powder had been hastily abandoned by the gang when they realised they'd been rumbled by undercover cops watching their every move over a period of 20 months. Raids across the city unearthed drug hauls hidden in a string of high-end properties where the crew ran drug factories involving kilos of coke, ecstasy pills and heroin. Cops also seized £163,000 found in plastic shopping bags in a cupboard, 50 kilograms of drugs worth more than £2 million, together with a silent steel machine gun. Riley was eventually released, but it wasn't long before he was behind bars again. This time he was snared as part of a sting by South Wales police, who swept up 61 people, including Riley, as part of Operation Colorado in 2018. The then 38-year-old was once again seen scowling in a police mugshot, as he was jailed for 3 years and 9 months for possession with intent to supply crack cocaine. More than half of those arrested were people living in Swansea and Neath Port Talbot at the time of the crackdown. The remainder were from cities further afield, including 7 from Merseyside, 5 from London, 7 from West Midlands and 3 from Manchester. Riley seemingly dropped off the radar after his release, but sources say his time in jail brought him into contact with Scots hoods linked to the notorious Daniel mob. And authorities in Spain are certainly convinced Riley, now a double murder suspect, is tied up with the North Glasgow crime family who've been at war with their Lyons gang rivals for decades. We told how Riley was arrested by Merseyside police in June, 2 weeks after Eddie Lyons Jr. and Ross Monaghan were gunned down in a Gangland hit orchestrated amid a raging turf war in Scotland. Riley was extradited to Spain over the killings and is now facing the possibility of a sentence that could dwarf his previous convictions. Police Scotland say they have no evidence to suggest the murders in Spain are linked to the gang war here that's resulted in 62 arrests under the force's Operation Portalage. Former Union Bear Capo Ross Miami McGill of East Kilbride is said to have launched the war back in March after blaming associates of Mark Richardson, an ally to the Daniels mob, for a cocaine con using fake cash.